Hi all, welcome to Diversified Finance. My name is Lakal. So today we're going to look at the Bitcoin price action against the US dollar. So as you know, I mentioned many times in my videos, US dollar is inversely correlated to the Bitcoin price action. So as you can see here in 2017, we can see a bear trend for the US dollar, right? From 104 all the way back down to like 88. During that time, especially here from 104 to 90, that's when we've seen like a parabolic top for Bitcoin price action in 2017, where Bitcoin pumped from $1,000 to like 20,000. And since then, or even over here, like after the COVID dump, we've seen US dollar tend to have like a bear trend, kept on going lower. It dropped from about 103 down to like 90. At that time, as you can see here, that's when we tend to have like a parabolic top from 4,000 to about like 60K for Bitcoin price action. So right now, uh, we are seeing a strong US dollar at the moment, unfortunately. Uh, but looking at the price action here, I tend to believe the 65 is the top for this cycle, right? So what we're seeing at 65K is the top parabolic top, and then it dropped to 30K, went back up to 69. That this is I have to treat. I'm gonna, according to US dollar, if you compare this with the US dollar index, we can we can say this is some kind of a flat correction, because US dollar kept on going higher, but Bitcoin tend to go up, even though the US dollar was in a bull trend. Bitcoin still tend to go higher, but let's call it a correction. Now, the only thing it has done, it just went above 69, 65K. So this, if we say this is a correction, so as I mentioned, it's inversely correlated. I mean, whenever the US dollar goes up in value, Bitcoin tends to correct. So this is a correction, but the only difference is it just pushed above 65K, right? And then even if you look at the volume, there's not much volume to support this correction right here. So now what's happening right now, we are gonna hit resistance, but it doesn't mean we're gonna get rejected straight away and come back down. That's a possibility. So let's say the scenario number one is it gets to resistance, get rejected, and it goes back down for a short period of time, right? Bitcoin could go lower, could go to like 30K, could go back and retest the high 20s, something like that, because US dollar still have some room to go up to this trend line, right? And before it get rejected. So that meaning on the way up for the US dollar from now to about like 102, we might see further correction for BTC, where we see Bitcoin drop to like 30K or something. And then if it's get rejected, scenario number one, as I mentioned earlier, if it's get rejected, if it comes back down to these levels, right, there's a lot of support in this area for US dollar, then we might see Bitcoin pump back up to 45K. That's where it's might get rejected again by the 200-day moving average, and we might see further correction from there, right? This is scenario number one. Or we could break through, right? It could go straight through this trend line, come back and hold it as support. During that time, we could see Bitcoin still drops to 30K, and it comes back and find this trend line as support, and then it continues to go higher, and then we'll see like, Bitcoin pump back up to 30 to 45, then it'll go into like, the bear market will continue, will probably go to like 20K, or worst come to worst, 300 weekly moving average, which is somewhere near 15 to 16K, could go there. This is the scenario number two. So none of these scenarios are good for us, like, if you invested in Bitcoin. But if, as I mentioned, now 50-50, like I did a video yesterday, I mentioned clearly, if the Bitcoin price is going to go down, I'm ready for that. If it goes up, I'm still ready to like, sell and take some profit, because we've been in this market for some time. So if Bitcoin goes down further, I'm gonna DCA, dollar cost average. It's not that I'm gonna wait for it to come to like 30K or 25K, because it might not happen. Right? Along the way, like at 35K, I'm going to add a little bit, like maybe 10%, 20%, 30%. Along the way, I'm going to keep on adding to my portfolio for long term, right? All coins, I'm not going to worry right now, because if Bitcoin goes lower, all coins will go a lot lower, right? And if you see like a capitulation down to 25K to 30K, that's when right at the bottom, like, once I'm satisfied with the Bitcoin holdings that I have, then I'll also add some altcoins as well, because it would be like a great opportunity to buy altcoins, because during the capitulation, altcoins could go a lot lower compared to Bitcoin, and it could be like, and we know that there's a recovery is on the way. It'll be like a great opportunity to buy altcoins as well during a capitulation, right? Not right now. So wait Bitcoin to go all the way to maybe 30K, 25K, and that would be like, great opportunity for us to accumulate Bitcoin and altcoin as well. So having said that, none of this financial advice. So I hope you learn learn something out of this. I'll talk to you in the next video. See ya.